I just thought we got beat by a better basketball team this evening. They came right out and jumped on us right from the get-go. I knew we were going to have struggle with Ryan Pearson. We really didn't have a matchup for him. And sure enough, right from the get-go, they established him as their go-to guy and kind of played through him and made it difficult for us to really form up any stops. And I think the only, if there was a bright spot, was maybe a little bit of our pressure late in the half that generated some energy and some activity. But I thought start to finish they outplayed us. On the backboard and the low post, full court, and I just was hoping for a better effort, but we got beat by a better team today.
Seems to be a recurring theme that your team hasn't gotten great starts in the last few games, falling behind a little bit. Did you ever think about maybe calling a timeout early on to try and settle your guys down before things got to a bigger?
I think it got 2-3 possessions. They scored on each possession, so unless you're going to call one in the first 2 minutes, right from the jump, Pearson hit a three, and you could. First 3 possessions, I think they jumped out. It was maybe got out to a 9-1 lead. And usually with our teams, I like to let our team kind of play through their mistakes, especially when you have a guy like Chase Allen on the floor. There's nothing much that we're going to say other than get back to running our stuff, and he's done a great job for us over the years and try to settle us down. But he's hurting. He's obviously not 100%, and it's taking its toll on everybody.
Some guys were good dejected in the second half. What do you say to them after a game like that?
Hey, just those are going to be days. There's guys that are at different points in their careers, and there are going to be days like this where you just don't have it. They are an experienced club, and I thought coming in we were in a dangerous spot. They had lost 2 games in conference. They really needed to win this game, and they weren't going to let it slip. And they have a terrific team. I think they were picked second in the conference. They have that type of firepower, and from watching their tapes, they've already displayed that they could do that. They've had a couple of really good teams at home, down pretty good, and we just kind of ran into a buzzsaw.
In the second half, it looked like a little different team. It seemed like a couple of very good defensive possessions, and we continued, and we just couldn't really cut on the lead.
Yeah, not enough. They're a good team, and the way they spread the floor, they're always going to kind of have a mismatch. And we tried a little bit of a smaller lineup with one big man. We're short on that 6'5", 6'6" area. We really have only one player in that type, and they have a whole team of those guys. So they just kind of play off the mismatch and isolate, whether they have a bigger guy in the post or a quicker guy on a big, and they go at that matchup. And so they were able to, credit to them, they were able to keep their composure and go at those mismatches and generate some offense. And we really couldn't get 2 or 3 stops in a row.
How much of a challenge has been for you? Obviously, you were a young team coming in, but then you have key guys being banged up too, and just all that adding together.
Yeah, I think it's rolling up on us, and we have to be careful at this point in time, because we spent so much time on the road and really haven't got any rhythm at all going here. So we got to get a little traction and get a little confidence. And I think with young players, they tend to lose confidence a little more quickly than experienced guys. Experienced guys, if they get down, they know they've been in that spot before, and they come back. Young players, it comes and goes sometimes within the same half.
You've had a really tough out-of-conference and even in-conference schedule so far. What's it going to take to keep the confidence up on these guys? And then going down to VCU is going to be another tough game.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. This league is a bear, top to bottom, and you're just going to have to fight through it. And that's what adversity does. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And we got to fight through it. We're not in a good spot right now. We're not playing good basketball. We're not playing team basketball. And we got to get back to doing that, fundamental basketball.
Since some of where you mentioned not playing team basketball, since some guys are maybe trying to do a little too much right now because they can see the team struggling.
Yeah, we're mixing and matching, but you got the game hasn't changed. You have to use the best parts of what everybody brings to the table, and we have some guys that can do some things, but we don't have enough complete players that can do everything. And so we have to utilize the best of those things, and everybody's personal responsibility is to bring that every night. And with young players, sometimes that comes and goes, and we're searching for a balance. We've tried some different lineups, and probably on Saturday we'll try a different lineup. But that's the story of a young team. It's going to go up and down. We've played some pretty good basketball this year. Unfortunately, tonight just wasn't one of those nights.
How did the early fouls in the second half affect the team? You had quite a few right at the beginning, and then later on, you had a whole bunch of guys in foul trouble. How did that affect their mentality?
Well, it changes your lineup and your substitution pattern. But really, at that point, I just wanted us to be aggressive. To be honest, I was okay with the fouls because at least we were trying to be a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end. I thought in the first half we didn't challenge some shots. They got some easy layups and stuff around the rim when we didn't have foul trouble, when we should have been a little bit more physical. So, I think it's the giveaway fouls that are getting us. It's not the 3 fouls that are hard. It's the silly fouls. It's the inexperienced fouls. When you're a big guy and you pick 2 or 3 of them up and then you get a legit foul, now you're in foul trouble. But we have to clean up the inexperienced fouls where we're just have a hand on the body or a ticky-tack foul, or we're trying to block a shot where we really don't have a chance. And those are creating situations where we get into foul trouble. And that's experience, and that's what we have to clean up. All right.